Guys, please don't forget to subscribe on the channel of WealthMunshi. Click on the bell icon and get the latest updates. We would like to welcome each one of our investors with open arms to our family. You are extremely important and form a building brick to each of our growth every day and every year. We had started in 2001 with a 200 square feet office. Today we operate globally across boundaries of Hyderabad. And we are sure you'll make it better with each day as a team. To help us spread our wings, strengthen our footprints on each passing day. Every day has been immensely joyful and a learning experience for us. We have grown leaps and bounds, and I'm sure this wouldn't have been possible without your support. Today we manage close to 400 crores of assets under management, fully digital globally. And the hand-holding, the guidance, the mentoring, the care and the values and the personal touch you have shown us has had a lot of value addition in this growth. This could not have been possible without each one of you and our team members. I would like to thank you once again for being a part of the WealthMunshi family. Today we don't talk about our work, our investors do. Every investor forms an integral part and, as I said, a building block of our corporate. We work purely on introductions today. We never had a business model for mass, but we always looked in for class. Quality of introductions are much better when you work on introductions. A similar profile, because a friend would also have a similar friend circle, like an existing investor. Introductions understand us and value our association because that's what has been with us with our existing investors. And we provide a lot of personal touch, a good amount of time, ultimately leading to a fruitful association. Few characteristics we look in for our investors are: firstly, they should respect our expertise. Second, value our time. Are fairly or very busy, because only then you would understand the importance of the value of time we spend to research and understand for a customized solution. Who believes in a win-win situation and who has reasonable expectations. They should not have unreasonable expectations. It could be to investment, return, portfolio, etc. And who is looking for complete digital solutions. Today, all our investors across the globe are digitally equipped. We started in 2008 by doing our Skypes. In fact, we also helped few of our investors to install Skype, which was not there one point of time. Today, we have close to 1800 investors digitally investing from our app, from our digital platform, through our website, and also few of them also have been introduced to us from our existing clients. Today, we have our clients globally. Our top 5 global markets are Australia, Dubai, the US, Canada and UK. And most of them prefer end-to-end digital solutions for financial planning, wealth management and succession planning. And been very helpful and very successful in managing all these 3 things digitally. So let me introduce Vinay. Vinay got introduced to us by his brother, Mr. Raghavendra, whom we've been working close to a decade now. Vinay and both his brother Raghavendra are extremely well cultured, very down to earth, highly educated family, and very conservative in their investments. It was very difficult for us to change the mindset of Vinay that he has to take a certain proportion on his investment into a high risk component. Finally agreed. This was one of the biggest challenges. Then the other challenge we had is that he had all his investments scattered. Now he's been in the US for nearly 18 years. So his money was here, some money was in the US, some money was with his family in lands, primarily into fixed deposits and savings. So it was quite a challenge for us to do a good asset allocation, diversify his portfolio and make sure that it's not hoarded in banks, LIC policies and real estate. The only investment which we've thought that is working for Vinay was his Amazon stock options, which all of us know today has been doing extremely good, which is one thing which is good. And out with a lot of rounds of meetings with my team and myself, we understood that he is ready to accept that our recommendations will work with him for a long time. The positive side came when he agreed and we slightly took exposure towards high risk components. And thankfully, most of these investments, even in spite of the COVID times today, are doing very good. We look forward to work with him on his succession plan with his next generation as well. And we look forward to a lifetime association with him. Let's see what Vinay has to say about his experience with WealthMunshi.
Brief profile. You want me to give a mix of professional kind of thing, or fairly humble middle class family? We all migrated to Bangalore when I was probably 6-7 years old, right? Did all my schooling in Bangalore, all the way to my graduation. I have a bachelor's in engineering. In Bangalore, I completed that, and I worked in Bangalore for 3-4 years. Then I went to US, working for Amazon, and did my master's as well. And I ended up staying there for a good 14-15 years. In fact, 18 years, right? And then I'm back here, married, still work for Amazon. I have 2 kids, one 14-year-old and one 4-year-old. So I live with my wife and kids in Bangalore, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, sure. My business profile, I'm an engineer by training and by profession as well. So I'm a kind of a technology professional, currently working for Amazon as a director of engineering for consumable business, which is around, you can say, around 15 to 18,000 crore business. I run the technology part of it. I have a team of about 200 people at Amazon. Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly senior role in the company, and I thoroughly enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I'm an engineer at heart. So I like building stuff, whether it is software or anything else. And I'm a trained, to an extent, trained musician as well. So I dabble with some drums and tabla, basically Indian drums. So, and that keeps me busy. And on the hobby side, I enjoy hiking a lot, even though I've not been able to do that for the last 6 months, which is very painful for me. But I like being outdoors more than indoors. So that kind of covers pretty much my business personal profile. So I think it's been about a year since I have been associated, and how I have benefited. I think it has benefited me immensely. First of all, in opening my eyes, right? So I'm not a financially savvy at all, right? And I have ignored till now doing anything about it. I'm just whatever money I have, I'll keep it in the bank and be happy about it, that kind of a person. But since I got associated with WealthMunshi, it's been eye-opening for me what I can do, what I should do, and how much time I have lost, right? And how to safeguard my financial future. All these things have been very eye-opening for me. So I have, in the short period, I consider 1 year a short period, I have immensely benefited, and now I feel like at least my savings are in place, and I have a good idea of it. That's more important, right? I feel like I'm in good hands. That's what matters at the end of the day. So I'm not talking in terms of huge profits or anything like that, but still I feel like I'm in good hands, slightly better in terms of my financial future, right? And also I'm a low risk kind of person. I don't want to take huge amount of risk. That's also very well understood and respected by WealthMunshi, and they have catered how my investment should be based on what I am comfortable with. So it's been very good actually. What made me buy from you first time is I was little. I will be very frank with you. I got little panicked looking at my finances, and then I called my brother asking him, "Hey, do you know anyone whom I can talk to?" And he immediately recommended WealthMunshi, and I talked and it was a very good conversation. I still remember my first conversation where Niyesh asked me, like, hey, you want some consultation service or you want full service? I was like, I want the full service. And first of all my insurances are in place, and whatever I have bought through WealthMunshi, it has already given me substantial returns in the short period of time. And we also, WealthMunshi was also able to use the tailwind we had in the market at the right time. So far I think the return has been pretty good, way more than what I would have hoped for with my very conservative investment style before I got introduced to WealthMunshi. It does, right from collecting my profile details to giving me real-time information on how my money is working for me, everything is digitized. So I'll tell you what is in between. Like, my financial health is right in front of my eyes. I had never put in one place all the financials that matter to me, whether it is bank account or some of the insurances or some random deposits I have, whatever it is. So the first step was to put everything in one place, and that itself was eye-opening to me. And now I'm so happy that I don't have to worry about what is where. I can just open that and see what my portfolio looks like. And then as we did the investment, everything is recorded and everything is tracked in real time. If I go to my financial tracker, I can see each investment, how they are doing on a daily basis, right? And I also have an app that gives me a concise view, right? So if I want to find something at a glance, and I don't want to open this website, log in and do all these things, I can simply open the app. The first page itself gives me enough information that makes me feel comfortable for that day. Let us say I want to just see what happened today. So it is an end-to-end kind of a solution, tracking my financial health, and even keeping a track on what is my yearly savings and what is going where. It's all out there, right? And even my cash flows are there. It is like a very detailed, both are there. Like, I can get some information on my fingertips at a glance, or if I want to dig and go deeper, look at every investment, that's also there. All the graphs are there. Some pie charts are there. I can quickly glance and find out a lot of information. So it is an end-to-end solution. Succession planning is also there. I haven't done that yet, but that also can be digitized, I believe. And every investment I have made, everything has been digital. It's so much convenient. Even all the insurance payments or whatever I have done, everything has been digitized. So it is super convenient. In this time and age, I think it is very much appreciated. Given how busy lives we lead, it becomes even more important to have this digitized and all information available in such a easy, accessible way. So it's really hard to pick one, Niyesh. I think it's a combination of all of these things that make the experience so enriching, right? But if I have to pick one, I would say it is getting started on this journey was so difficult for me, and WealthMunshi made it easy for me, right? And there is a advice part to it, right? So, I mean, if the advice is not trustworthy and you have all these digital tools, it doesn't make any difference. And if it is advice is fantastic, but it is super difficult and a lot of time consuming tasks I have to go through, that also doesn't make sense. So it's a combination that makes it such a compelling offering for your clients, and it all starts with a good advice. And I really appreciate not only advice, but the catered advice, and the confidential report is also super easy to read, understand, even for someone like me who is not financially that educated, right? So it's a combination of everything, but if I have to pick something, I would pick the advice and the confidential report as the two things that are super very impressive. I think again it is, I'm not very good at picking individual features. I am a little bit of a think big kind of a person. So I would say the most important thing, uniqueness, is the step-by-step approach, right? And I would say relentless following up with me to get some of this information. I really should thank you guys for doing that. And that step-by-step approach, how the next step is related to the last step, is very important for someone like me, right? Because at heart I am an engineer and a problem solver. Unless it is step-by-step, I get I get lost, right? So first getting all the information and then building on top of it, showing me where I stand and showing the gaps in my financial future if I don't do certain things. And so that step-by-step approach, I would say, is the main feature I would pick from WealthMunshi. And it almost feels like I'm the only client you have, because you kind of work with me at such a detailed level. So that kind of customer focus, I would say, is the unique feature. The unique selling point, so far what I have found is, I think the digital platform is a unique selling USP in a lot of ways, because when I think of USP in the business world, it is usually either one of the two at a very high level. It's either you have invented something that is so unique that it itself becomes a selling point, or you do something really well compared to everybody else, right? So I would put your digital platform as something that actually delivers on its promise, like what you see is what you get kind of a thing. But you can evolve it further, but where it is today compared to, I don't know, I cannot compare it with any other digital platforms I know, because I don't know many. But some of my friends that they do this kind of stuff, they don't seem to have this unified platform on which they do their trading. They open like 50 different websites, do that, do this. It just spins my head. But here it is fairly simple. So I would say your digital platform might be one of the USPs. Eye-opener for me was, this might sound a little stupid of me, but eye-opener for me is, even though I have been conservative, even with all the advice you have given, how much money I pump into this investments, right? It was eye-opening to me that how I'm sitting on something that is not doing anything for me, how my money is not working for me, and securing anything for my financial future. And the way you presented that to me was eye-opening. I mean, it's not rocket science, but if you can, in retrospective, you can say I could have done it myself, but I didn't. That's the whole point. And the very simple way of explaining, and it was eye-opening for me in a way. So far, I think trust has been good, and trust builds over a period of time. It doesn't happen in one interaction. And every interaction, whether it is with Niesh or it is with anyone from his team, there is a genuine connection that happens, and there is always a progress with each interaction I have. So I would say the trust part is, and there is no end to it, right? It gets better and better and better. I hope this continues, and trust keeps on developing. And the second thing I would say is well organized and punctual. And whether it is through WhatsApp or whether it is through whatever communication means, it is fairly punctual and informative and well organized. So, those are the two things I can definitely call out. I mean, deliver results will happen over a period of time. It's already happening, but that goes up and down. But what matters to me most is trust and the connection for a long-term relationship. So far, it has been great. Yes. So I will point out one thing. As long as I'm interacting with your digital platform and things that you control and you are integrated with, everything works really well, right? There have been, as we work with, these are not regular things. It happens maybe once a year or whatever, right? So we work with, for example, you have, working with, have me work with some insurance partners, that when things get out of your arena and I start interacting with people, what happens is I expect the same level of commitment, punctuality, and service, or whatever you want to call it, that I have been used to or spoiled with WealthMunshi, and I don't get it. So it gets a little frustrating at that point. If you can actually streamline customer service, for lack of better term, to the next level, that might be only thing. If I have to nitpick something, that would be the one thing that I do. When I'm not very happy, it stays with me, and I usually am able to talk about it. The very fact that I can't recall anything top of my head. I don't think so. Hard to tell. I would, I would like this association to be getting stronger and stronger, right? In 10-15 years, when I retire, hopefully in 15 years, right? It would be great to still have this strong bond. All the things that we have planned, all the goals we have planned, let us say we are able to materialize 80 to 90% of that. I hope we will be in that position in about 10 years, let us say. Definitely. One. No question about it. Sure, no problem.